like to greet all human beings all around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. It doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor religious beliefs may be. It doesn't matter whether you're the proclaimed richest to the proclaimed poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't even matter whether you're the proclaimed toughest to the weakest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter if you're dark-skinned or light-skinned. It doesn't even matter whether you my family, friends, or proclaimed enemies. It doesn't even matter whether you like me, my YouTube video, my social internet. I still greet everybody with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. Today happened to be Wednesday, September the 18th, 2019. The time being about 3:44 p.m. Today I want people to focus. You know, the ignorant individuals and the critics, they not gonna focus, but I want y'all with common sense to focus on what I'm saying and tell you one of the reasons we need to stop and get control of this black on black crime. Black gangs are fighting each other, blacks selling each other drugs, blacks that can't handle conflicts other than shooting and killing another black unjustifiably. I mean, I don't want to see nobody killing nobody, but somebody got to speak up for the black community. And, you know, I just want to be one of the voices. Whether I'm the lowest voice in the whole crowd, I just want to be one of the voices to show that I have concern. You see, I don't just come around when a white police kill a black. You see what I'm saying? I don't just come around when a white kill a black unjustifiably. I come around when it's black on black crime or white on black crime. I come around. Today what I want y'all to focus on, it's a trial going on in Chicago. 2 black men is on trial. There was 3 of them at first. One of them pled guilty and was given 25 years. If the death penalty was still in effect, I believe all 3 of them it'd have been a capital murder for what they did. But I want to address this one individual that called themselves Keith Walker / Jesse James / James Jarrett, and these other individuals that come on my social internet and say negative things about me, that say that why I want to see a black man locked up. I explained to one of them that kept on saying negative things about my 2 daughters who has nothing to do with what I do. I explained to them, you see, you ask why I want to see a black man locked up. Anybody that knows me, they know that I don't want to see a black man locked up. But when a black man do something to me and my 2 children and continue to do it, if I don't kill him, I want to see him locked up. And I told this individual that called themselves all these different names, now they call themselves, and from Keith Walker, James Jarrett, Jesse James, now it's Keith W. And they put a picture on there now, but it's not a picture of himself. Who is this individual? Is it, or is it some comic or something, man? But anyway, but I told this individual, and I don't want to see nothing happen to anybody in his family, but this is what I told him when he kept on talking about me wanting a black man locked up. He didn't care about what a white bus driver did to my then 5-year-old. He didn't care about what the Charleston Police Department / with the City Hall and the courts here in Mississippi County, 33rd Circuit, Charleston, Missouri, in the Charleston R1 School District, you see what I'm saying, did to my child when her arm was broken. He didn't care about them not doing nothing about that. Nobody being. So I asked him, what would he want happen to a black person that blew his mother's brains out? He haven't answered that yet. You see why? You know why? Because he don't give a care about me and my children, but I do. So if a black man do something that I don't like, I don't care who don't like me putting the police on it. It's better for me to put the police on it than kill him, because that's what's gonna happen, one of the two. But let me get a little deep now. You see this individual, Keith Walker. You see what I'm saying? And all these other ignorant blacks down here that be attacking me. You see, I expect the racist white police, and I'm not talking about all of them. I expect the racist white judges, and I'm not talking about all of them. I expect the racist white individuals that run Charles, Missouri. And if you're not racist and you're part of their clique, then you shouldn't even be offended. But I expect them, you see what I'm saying, to try to criticize me or don't care of what happened when a black man do something to another black man. Let me tell these ignorant individuals, because they don't have a mind to think. You follow what I'm saying? But let me tell you something about a trial that's going on today about a 9-year-old, a young black guy by the name of Tyshawn Lee. On November the 2nd of 2015, he had just got out of school. A promising young 9-year-old 4th grader. Still had on his school uniform, went on a basketball court or a playground on the southeast side. Sitting in the swing, he had his basketball. And grown men came. Got to talking to him. Got his basketball, started dribbling with it. And promised to give him some type of snacks. You individuals that let your children go with strangers, listen to this. You individuals that have children that's in gangs, listen to this. The individuals that lured him off of the basketball court, first showing them they can dribble a little bit. Grown men, a 9-year-old defenseless black individual, black male, grown black men, Keith, James Jerry, and all the rest of you coward, ignorant Negroes down here that be trying to attack me and asking me why do I want to see a black man locked up. And like I said, it's not all black men, because you got a lot of good black men. It's just a few of y'all ignorant Negroes down here that need to either be in jail or the cemetery. And I won't take that back. But let me tell you about these individuals. They remind me of these individuals that be attacking me. But they are blessed that they got a court system that helps them attack people like me. They also blessed that I ain't coming out my other bag and putting them in the cemetery. But let me tell you about what these 3 individuals did. They had a beef with Tyshawn Lee's dad, who was in a rival gang. They couldn't find him, so they got his defenseless 9-year-old son. The 9-year-old, he wasn't out in the streets fighting, doing all type of mischievous things. He just got out of school and wanted to have a little fun in the playground. He didn't know on November the 2nd, 2015, it was gonna be 3 black individuals, grown black men, lure him off the playground, tell him they're gonna give him some snacks. Tell your children don't go for that. When a stranger come up on them, tell them to leave away. If it's something down there to pick up, bust their head with it and run. Do what you gotta do to survive. That's what I teach my 2 daughters, even if you gotta take a life. Because it's evil black people out here. It was okay, you see what I'm saying, for them to do that, but when Emmett Till got killed, 15-year-old black guy from Chicago in Mississippi, Money, Mississippi, the NAACP and all these other groups act like they care. When Quan McDonald got killed in 2014 or 13 in Chicago by Jason Van Dyke, a white police officer shooting him 16 times when he was fleeing away from him. You had Jesse Jackson, you had Al Sharpton, you had the NAACP, you had these people call themselves, said Black Lives Matter, had all these activists and preachers But where they at now? This trial started Tuesday, yesterday. These guys lured this 9-year-old boy into an alley, pulled a .40 caliber pistol out on a 9-year-old, shot him multiple times. What's going on, man? Shot him multiple times. He got shot in the head, glazed on the head also, got shot in the back, and then some of his fingers was blew off or almost blew off. You know why? Because after he recognized these guys wasn't coming to be friends, he had his hand up trying to defend himself. It reminded me of them cowards that killed my brother August the 3rd of 1977, when he whooped some of these chumps with his fists. They set him up, told him, let's go talk. My brother trusted him just like Tyshawn Lee trusted these 3 individuals, gang members. They shot him in the back 4 times and once in the back of the head. But let me show you this here. Now, I give high honor and respect to those people, those youngsters that was 15 years old on the basketball court or a little older, that's about 21 now, that testified and brought them 3 individuals to justice. One of them, to me, is a miscarriage of justice. The getaway man. The getaway man just as guilty as the man that pulled the trigger. The getaway man was able to plead guilty to 25 years. That's a slap on the back. He jumping up and down, happy. He could see life again, but Tyshawn Lee won't. Now, the trigger man himself, 3 weeks before that, he killed a black female and shot another black guy. But y'all said, why you want a black man locked up? It all depends who the black man is. Some need to be locked up and some need to be executed. They need to bring the death penalty back to Illinois and start executing. I don't care what color they is when you're out there killing a 9-year-old defenseless kid. You see, I give it to the mother. A few hours ago, the mother was out there in front of that courtroom, that courthouse, and she said if the maximum sentence is 60 years, give it to him. You want to know why she want him locked up? You go up there and ask her. I bet you she'll probably take your head off, Keith, and the rest of y'all that think like Keith, why you want a black man locked up. But I'm still waiting on you to answer the question when I ask you, if a black man blew your mama brains out, what would you want done to him? Some of y'all may think that's cruel, but I bet you that lady in Chicago who lost her grandson to these 3 gang members, I bet you she don't feel that way. You see what I'm saying? But I'm going to leave y'all with this here. Google it up. The murder trial of 9-year-old Tyshawn Lee, shot and killed by gang members in Chicago, Illinois, November the 2nd, 2015. Now you think about that when you ask somebody why you want a black man locked up. Should they be locked up? Yeah, they should be locked up because when the shooter went through the jail, they got a video, you can see it. The shooter wasn't nothing like that. Now the other 2, the one whose brother got killed and mother got shot when his brother got killed, so it was supposed to be a revenge thing, but Tyshawn had nothing to do with it. Whether his daddy had something to do with it or not, whether his daddy is a rival gang member, he had nothing to do with that. He was defenseless. But now they having separate jury trials. All 3 of them was together at first. Now they, every man for himself. You see what I'm saying? Every man for himself. The driver, he hurried up and got out of it. Copped out for 25 years. Now the shooter and the brother of the individual who got that .40 caliber from Mexico, who brother got shot and brother got killed and mother got shot, they getting separate trial, but in the same courtroom the same day. The one jury go out and the other one come in. The one saying he didn't do it, he had nothing to do with it, and the other one saying the same thing, but all of them was together. Now you tell me why you would want these black men to go free. Peace be still.